To testify today on behalf of the National Corn Growers Association. NCGA represents nearly 40,000 dues-paying corn farmers in the interest of more than 300,000 farmers who contribute through the corn checkoff programs in their states. My name is Kevin Ross. I'm a sixth-generation farmer from Iowa, where my wife and Sarah and I grow corn, soybeans, and alfalfa, as well as raise cattle. I'm also first vice president of NCGA. My farm sits about 20 miles east of the Missouri River, near Council Bluffs, the heart of the recent floods. America's corn farmers need reliable means of moving our crops to customers, whether it's to livestock feed yards, grain elevators, ethanol plants, or to river ports for export. Farmers use many modes of transportation, with the inland waterways system being a vital artery for our products, especially for farmers in the Midwest. With 12,000 miles of commercially navigable channels and more than 240 lock sites, inland waterways allow our nation's corn growers to move their product to and from 38 states, including Arkansas, Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Missouri, Ohio, Tennessee, and Wisconsin, as well as internationally through the Mississippi, Missouri, Illinois, and Ohio rivers. There are 6 states represented on the committee that do not have any accessible coastline of the ocean or Gulf. The Mississippi River system is the coastline of the Midwest and helps gain access to those outer coastal markets. Given that more than half of corn exports are transported via the inland waterways system, continuing to invest in this system is critically important to our competitiveness and livelihoods. Much of the physical infrastructure is aging and in need of improvements. For example, commercial navigation locks typically have a design life of 50 years, and yet by the end of 2020, 78% of the U.S. locks will have outlived that designated lifespan. While volumes of grain, ethanol, and byproduct exports increase, the efficiency of the locks decrease. Barge tows must be split in 2 because the lock chambers aren't large enough to accommodate them. Efficiency lags cost money, which flows down to the farmer in the form of lower prices for corn, or for our corn. By one estimate, America's transportation deficiencies will cost U.S. agriculture $1.3 billion in exports because our current infrastructure system increases the cost of production process and makes access to markets more expensive. Continued low commodity prices and consecutive years of declining farm income, coupled with recent trade disruptions and the aging infrastructure system of locks and dams, are taking a toll on farmers. The United States is the world's largest exporter of corn, shipping more than 2 billion bushels overseas last year, but we face tough competition from other countries such as Brazil and Argentina. The majority of corn exports are shipped through the inland waterway system, with 54% of them being transported by barge, according to a recent USDA Ag Marketing Service report. The transportation efficiencies and costs are a major variable that keeps our farmers competitive in overseas markets. Investing in lock and dam upgrades, their operation and maintenance to ensure an efficient inland waterway system is a major NCGA infrastructure priority. NCGA has identified 25 locks and dams that are in need of upgrade and repairs, and we urge special attention to the Navigation and Ecosystem Sustainability Program, otherwise known as NESP. The 2007 WRDA bill first authorized NESP as a long-term program of navigation improvements and ecological restoration for the Mississippi River system. The NESP program allows the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to increase capacity at 7 key locations while investing in ecosystem improvements along the river systems. The upper Mississippi is generally where most grain export originates. Modernizing these 7 locks will increase the efficiency of the inland waterways transportation system, which means that the cost of transportation will decrease and keep farmers like myself competitive in foreign markets. We realize the infrastructure upgrades we seek have a cost. Established public-private partnerships in our waterways have previously been a success story. A strong partnership between the Army Corps of Engineers and commercial operators through the Inland Waterways Trust Fund allow commercial users of the inland waterway system to contribute substantial revenues for rehabilitation and modernization of the system. The revenues are generated through a tax collected as a levy on fuel used in commercial transportation on the inland waterways at 29 cents per gallon. And these revenues are placed in the Inland Waterways Trust Fund and matched with public funds for capital improvements on infrastructure. This partnership is what helps make the inland waterway system such an efficient and viable way to transport our product to market. While there is success in other toll-based partnerships and transportation programs, there is significant difference in the waterway system. Unlike the highway program, where users have a choice to use a tolled or untolled facility, waterway users will be faced with no choice. Production agriculture will be negatively impacted as family farmers upstream would be double tolled once the fertilizer they're using comes upstream and then crops they're exporting move downstream. Studies show that cost could be up to 31.5 cents per bushel of corn. That is an extra cost that farmers cannot bear. On behalf of the National Corn Growers Association, I'm grateful for the subcommittee's support for farmers and the other users of the inland waterway system. We appreciate the opportunity to provide input in today's discussion and stand ready to work with you and serve as a resource for further discussions regarding water transport. Again, thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward